Good morning.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is like number 1 of 2021, our first talent
New Year.
talk.
What? Did something happen?
Happy New Year.
Yeah. The calendar changed to 2021 since you were gone, Jurgen.
No one even told me.
And this is episode 101.
Mm-hmm. I actually might want to say it is 201 because I think as we turn that calendar, we are officially starting what would be should we call it season 2?
Season 2. Season 2, the first episode.
Yeah, I'd like to say we're AC like after COVID, but not quite yet.
Not yet, but shortly coming, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right?
Should we say like MC, like mid-COVID? Yo.
I see in COVID.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, how are you guys today?
We're great, but you're just dancing all over the place.
You like that?
I'm getting dizzy. Totally.
And especially it gets better as I swing this chair back and forth.
Yeah, Jurgen, you should know better.
I did the whole point.
Like he knew. This is what he was going for today.
He was going for the static look, right?
Yep. Happy New Year's, Donna.
Happy New Year's, Donna.
Oh, you know what? She has actually been recording things. So Donna's my wife. She has been recording through on her phone, marking things that really stood out in 2020. And you know what? I'd be curious because we're going to talk a little bit. Today is going to be very free form on what we do. Would be really interested in some of the memories that stood out for anybody, for you out there. What stood out for you in 2020? And you can be obvious. I mean, you could say COVID, or you get down for a moment in time. Like, remember when murder hornets were a thing? Right?
What?
So what's that? If you're allergic, they're still there, right? That's every hornet.
Oh gosh, yeah. Murder hornets tried to steal the COVID headline, but COVID won.
They were literally just fuel on the COVID fire. So
2021, boy, that was a whole. It's a year to remember. Tiger King is definitely one. Oh my goodness.
You know what? Also, what was big in 2021 was TikTok, right? It absolutely blew up. Talked about it for a long time. And the reason that just occurred to me is because I can't whenever I hear Tiger King, now I can't stop myself from going like Carol Baskins. Killed her husband. Something. Oh, I just forgot what it was.
Oh my gosh, Cindy! How many times my cat goes outside every day, right? Because you're home.
At least they went outside, and the government didn't restrict that at all. I mean, it didn't say that all the cats need to stay inside.
Right? Oh
yeah. Does the cat have to wear a cat mask in the house?
There we go. Donna was finishing out the line. Whacked him.
Wow.
What was that?
Carol Baskin.
Oh, so you know what?
Killed her husband, whacked him.
I never saw an episode of that. Not one.
You know what? It was one of those things that after a talent talk and Jurgen went into all the things, I just binge watched it for a weekend, but oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was an entertaining story.
That reminded me of a Whitney Houston song, right? Give me one moment in time. That was a moment in time. Give me one moment.
Go ahead, Whitney. No.
Okay, for nostalgia's sake, there were 2 series this year that actually one was last year, and since we turned the calendar, one was this year. Last year, The Mandalorian was phenomenal. So much fun. on January 1st. We lost a lot of time on January 1st. No, actually, I think we watched it on January 2nd. You know what that was? Cobra Kai. That was so much fun.
I did. That was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely binge watched the 10 episodes, and it was nonstop. I hate getting into TV shows because with the way everything is released all at once, I can't help myself.
And I have no clue what you're talking about at all.
Do you remember the Karate Kid?
Yes.
It's the continuation of the Karate Kid story when they become adults. And now, instead of being the students, they are the teachers.
So is it the same? Is it, what's his name? Ralph Macchio? Is that his name?
Daniel-san.
Yeah.
Yes, Ralph Macchio and Johnny. I just forgot his real. William Zabka.
Oh, yeah. But they brought back like everyone from the original.
So many.
A lot, yeah.
Elizabeth Shue was back in this series.
Yes.
And Donna knows what I'm talking about because she was there with me. Yeah, Christy's saying so many great new shows. I think that's the problem with all the streaming services now. There's so much entertainment that's out there.
There is. I think the one thing, though, that is really sad is the movie theaters. Going to the actual movie theaters. I was trying to figure out, just talking to Jerry the other day, and I was saying, hey, we should have a date night. It's like, well, what would we do? Will we stay home? Because where do we go? Well, what do I do? Like, we should have a date night once a month or whatever. How do you do that?
Well, you know what? Right now, when you say I'm going to go out and eat in a tent, we're not talking about camping, right?
Yeah, you have to find a place that has outdoor eating. You could eat in the car, right? And go to the favorite restaurant and just sit and eat. Turn on some nice jazz music and sit in the car.
Until you said that, I didn't even think. What is missing in this day and age is the car hop. Sonic tried to kind of do that a little bit, right? The roller skates and the trays that would sit on your car window.
Yeah. Well, they're not even in your car anymore. You got to go through the drive-through.
Well, Sonic tried to bring that back. You know, they've got the spots where you can pull in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We found ourselves doing that a lot now. Just like, hey, let's go out and grab a bite to eat and sit in the park or sit over by the water or do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Date night has changed.
Yeah, more drive-in movies for sure, Christy. It's, you know, you said sit by the water. Well, it's been raining enough. We just sit in the water.
Yeah.
That too.
Or getting my wet knickers on.
You know, we were talking about, you mentioned the movie theaters, and we were talking about the movie theaters, me and the wife the other day. It was like, well, you know, it's sad, but like, I guess if you wanted to get that nostalgia feeling, it's great to go to the movie theater. But, you know, I feel a lot of people have like the big TV in their home with the surround sound, and they got their popcorn there. So it's like, why are we going to the movie theater when we have everything right here at home? It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids are like surround sound in our house. Like every crowd scene seems so real. They're running around, yelling, talking.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I think, you know, one of the things that has gone to new levels is I think about, you know, delivery. And of course, before COVID, you know, like Amazon and, you know, was really, you know, same day or next day. But now it's like not no one, but the Amazon truck is in our neighborhood all day long. And the post office, I mean, like FedEx, Amazon, UPS. I mean, it's nonstop delivery, overtime, all day, you know, which we've definitely gone to new levels with online shopping and door-to-door delivery, whether it's food, and people aren't even going there. You know, I was sitting in front of a restaurant waiting for my order, and I saw what is it, DoorDash and Uber Eats, and I mean they're all going. I'm like, wow, people aren't even going to the restaurants and order. They're not even sitting in there. I was like, wow, people are. This is definitely, you know, some of these things. I'm like, are we going to go back to what it used to be, or is this going to be the new normal now with all of the online and distancing and?
Well, you know, Yum finally has DoorDash. That's good. It's not just Dine and Dash in Yum.
You know, it's crazy. Like if you think about like 1 year ago today, I mean, none of this was even a thought of, you know, of how we're doing business, of how, you know, the world is running. We've heard of this COVID-19 thing, but it was like at this point a year ago, it didn't really affect us. So to look back and see like over the last year how much we've changed, it is crazy.
Yeah. It has been something for sure. It was, you know, what did you guys think was going to happen? None of us had a crystal ball, right? And we were going into 2020. It was in January. We weren't doing Talent Talk at that time. We hadn't had 100 episodes under our belt yet, but we were looking forward and we were thinking about what was going to happen. What did you guys think was going to happen this past year, I should say?
Well, I know at this point last year, we just had some big plans, you know, for work, for the office, and you know, it was like a whole different outlook that we were going for, and you know, COVID jumped in and just kind of changed everything for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny is the first thing that came to my mind was, I don't remember. That seems like a really long time ago. I mean, just seems like last year was so long ago, but you were right, Steve. We were actually having all these planning. We were doing back-to-back planning meetings and sessions and saying, all right, guys, here we go. And then COVID happened and we had to adjust.
Yeah. And you know what? We did though. And even though there are areas that it had impacted us or maybe caused us to do things a little bit differently, technologically though, it feels like we just went and fast forward, right? You know, with the way people acclimated to using Zooms or any type of GoToMeetings or we actually got a lot more engagement on these things that we had been, I think, some people, not everybody, of course, had been kind of hesitant to actually embrace, right?
Mm-hmm. We did one of those, you know, Spock is or Captain Kirk is in there and we are sitting in the ship and we just go warp speed and you see all the, you know what I'm talking about? Warp speed and,
mm-hmm. Mr. Sulu.
That's totally what we did.
Yeah, we went, it feels like we engaged that for about 5 years in, right? We just made a leap of about 5 years of technology.
It definitely was a big leap, and now it was a little uncomfortable, but now it feels normal in such a short period of time.
Just part of the course, part of doing and staying in business.
I remember like wearing masks was super uncomfortable. Like, oh my gosh. You know, first it was people were wearing masks and the majority weren't wearing masks. And now, you know, then when someone walks in a rep or store, you see someone out without a mask on, you're like, what are they doing? You know, I mean, it's wow, totally. Yeah. We were at the mall this weekend and we were just, I was saying, gosh, I don't know that we're going to go back to not wearing masks. Like even when we can, even when it's okay to not wearing masks, I'm wondering, are we going to go back to not wearing masks, or are people going to continue to wear masks in public? I'm curious.
Well, some people will. Even before, our oldest son has a little fascination with some Asian culture, and he was wearing masks before it was popular.
Trend, right?
He'd be walking around with a mask. He'd end up picking up one over at the doctor's office or somewhere else, and he'd be wearing masks all around. And before we had a pandemic, we were like, "Hey, are you sure you want to do that? People are going to think you have the plague." And then, wow, look at this. He was just fashion forward.
Right. He knew something, but I'm wondering, is that going to change? Because when you do go out of the country into maybe it's Japan or where everyone is, there is highly populated and most people are wearing masks, and that's just is the norm, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to look like.
Now it's just like an accessory. It's a fashion statement,
You just said that, Stephen. I was just going to ask the question. Do you have a favorite mask?
I felt like a couple, yeah.
Yeah. I do too. Like my favorite fit, and it's weird to even think, is I've got a few Seahawk masks. Of course I have a few Seahawk masks, but the ones that go like this, and then they just are able to hang around the neck. And then when I'm going into a store or something, I can get ready to rob it just like that. So.
And now they tell you to get like that when you go into the bank.
What's that?
Now they tell you to put your mask on when you go into the bank.
I know. It's a different area. So yeah, Davina, I don't know. Is our masks here to stay?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
One thing masks have done, and I think this has really taken a hard hit on the industry, is the lipstick industry. Come on, ladies, I don't even look to even purchase lipstick anymore because nobody's going to see it.
I never even thought of that one, but yeah.
Donna swears there is lipstick that does not wipe off on the mask.
Yeah, but if no one's going to see it, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, because if you're going inside, well,
of course it matters. That mask is going to come down at some point.
When you're in the car or you're, okay, well, I guess if you're.
It's funny. I'm wearing the mask, and as you walk by people and you make eye contact, you smile at them. But then nowadays, like when you make eye contact and you smile, but they can't see it.
Yeah.
You ever do that?
I can see it in the eyes, though.
When they get squinty.
Yeah. When they get the little crinkle on the crow's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Hello.
I've tried to get people's attention. And so I usually, I'm kind of like I'll do mimes, or sometimes I'll just use my lips and I'll say, and I realized that people weren't paying me any attention because they couldn't see my lips moving. So So I have to get still used to.
Donna said that she just put her comment up that you will be in restaurants again one day, and you will need lipstick that will actually be there when you take that mask down.
And it has to be the stay on lipstick, because then if you're eating and right?
If it's not, does somebody end up looking like a clown, like it gets smeared all over their face?
That would be funny.
So I'm looking forward to the day when I can wear lipstick without worrying about a mask. Yeah.
It does, Christy. Okay, good. Just put a little carnival music on. Everybody pull down your mask. You know what? I will sit here and amuse myself. Let's see. Ooh, you know what? What was the best movie you saw? See, clowns. What was the best movie you guys saw this year? Did you guys watch a movie this year? Did anything stand out?
Last year, you
Oh,
mean?
last year. Excuse me. I have no idea where I'm at.
I watched a few movies last year. I can't remember all of the ones so there were some good ones out. One that had came out right in the beginning, it was actually a really good movie. It was oh my gosh. It was called Harriet. Did you guys see Harriet? It was about the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad. It just come out like right before the pandemic. That was a really good one.
I did see it's on streaming right now.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Just Mercy. But the one the last movie of the year that I saw was kind of the downer. It was Wonder Woman 84, which I was really excited to see that one, but Soul was really, really good. And I think that was probably one of the best, a really good release for 2020.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cindy is wanting our face masks to be like disco. When this is all over, have a face mask burning party. As long as it's not a face burning party, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
You know, the best movies, Donna was saying Soul was really good. She's agreeing with you. When this is all done. Oh, she's correcting herself. The best movie I think Donna and I saw in the theater was actually from 1985. When the theaters opened back up, they were playing movies that had kind of classic movies. And we went and we saw Goonies on the first day that the theaters opened back up. And that was phenomenal to be able to see on the big screen after so many years.
Oh, that's right. That was an outdoor, wasn't it?
No, it was in the theater.
Oh.
I really wish they were open because they were giving so much social distancing in the theaters, especially in the ones that have the reclining seats. Because first they're walled off front to back, and then they were leaving like 2 seats from the last person in your party. So with us having 5 people, we had the whole row to ourselves. It was great.
Wow.
So one of the things that I think when you're talking about screen and movies, one of the things that also we've embraced are online games that I had never played before, like Fibbage, and there definitely are others out there, but where you can just on
the Jackbox ones.
Yeah. So that honestly was something new for 2020.
All right. Our kids have been trying to get us to play for such a long time. So we, was it yesterday? I think finally yesterday we broke down and went, okay, we can't necessarily put it off any longer. So we played Among Us together. And that was actually a lot of fun. If you've heard somebody saying, you know, that they're sus, they're probably referencing Among Us. And you're in a spacecraft, you have tasks to do, but one person within the whole group is designated as the imposter. And the imposter is out there to murder everybody. So I was the imposter a couple times, but I wasn't very good at it. I would murder people right in front of other people so they would see me do it, so they knew who it was. I will get better though with time, but it was way more fun than I thought it was going to be.
I've got to try that. The kids have been playing that in my house too. I'm like, what are you guys doing? So between that, what is that game called again?
Among Us.
Among Us. That's right. That sounds fun. Between that and pool or spades, those are kind of been the go-to games at our house.
And you're not talking about pool with water, right?
No, not that one.
Only when you spill your drink.
We've been doing Scrabble. Been working on my vocabulary. And then Uno is another one. The old ones, Uno, Scrabble.
Yep. Okay, and then Christy put on that the theaters are renting whole rooms to play video games on the actual big screen, which actually would be very cool. Like PlayStation 5. We still need to upgrade either to the PlayStation 5 or the newest Xbox, but in time, they're not even around to get at the moment. I have checked. Absolutely. You'd be first in line.
I can tell you another thing that was definitely a change for 2020 that I'm looking forward to, like normal, is school, online school. Kids had been at home online, and just now, so I had to mute because my daughter just came and saying, "Mom, I can't get on class." And I'm like, "Well, I'm live." I'm like, "I'm live here. What's the problem?" "I just can't get on." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So yeah, we're having connectivity issues with her trying to get into school, like as we speak right now. So
I know, and Donna's being such a trooper, helping with the boys. It's just it's different. I mean, and there's some kids who have had different conversations with people. There's some children who are really thriving in an online environment, and there are some that, man, this is the worst way for them to try to learn. And we've got one where they are so incredibly distracted. It's tough. Yeah. And the teachers acknowledge that too, that there are kids who do really well, and there are kids that are really, really struggling with this.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens this year. There are some kids that are actually going to school. Private schools, a lot of them they haven't skipped a beat. They've been in. And so now some of the public schools are going to be having students in. Some already do. We'll see what happens through the year.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, Larry. And then with that in mind, I mean, with there's a new strain that they're talking about with coronavirus, and we just got through holidays where people have gotten together, and there's some fear that there may be a few super spreaders that have gone through there. We've gone this far into the year. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about schools going back in. I would like it, but I would hate to start school only to have it pulled right back. And I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is.
That's kind of the scary thing when I'm thinking about, like, what are you looking forward to? Just kind of getting back to, I guess, what you called norm, but being able to get back out there, like in public, giving people hugs, shaking hands, being able to kind of get together with friends, social gather, and do some of the things that you would normally do, hanging out. Yeah. Things to look forward to.
It'd be nice to give somebody a hug without feeling guilty. Without feeling like you have to hide. Here, let's go around this corner. I'll give you a hug there.
It's like handshakes, hugs,
yeah.
Touching is right. It's uncomfortable or not allowed, right? It's very.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to in 2021?
Elbow bump.
Well, there's an aspect of this. Naturally, I've got this duality. My natural default is really an introvert, but then I've got extrovert tendencies on things. There's an aspect of this whole thing, though, the introvert in me absolutely loves. But there's that other spot where, really miss more interaction.
Yeah.
With the vaccine that has been, as I'm hearing, released to some of the healthcare workers, and people are already getting vaccinated. We're hearing that things are potentially going to change. It might take some time as people are as it gets through the population, and as people choose. I know there's people that have that are on the fence about the vaccine too. So we'll see.
They can sit in a chair.
What did you say? They're on the just didn't. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what that looks like as well with the vaccination.
Yeah, somewhere along the way, I think all of my comments became dad jokes. I don't know what happened. Somewhere.
Oh,
No, definitely looking forward to that. Let's see. I wrote down about PlayStation 5. Oh, Christy, don't we have a trivia question?
you know what we do? I saw that. True or false, in some parts of the world, people eat exactly 12 grapes at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve. True or false?
Now, I'm not sure how to answer that because eating 12 grapes at once on the exact stroke of midnight, you're liable to choke.
Not if they're dried grapes.
Raisins. Hi, Barb. Yes, looking to get out of the state and visit family and friends in 2021. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? I am with you on that. I have been struggling. Like usually this time of year, I'm like, okay, I need to go somewhere warm. I want to go somewhere where I can just relax and catch some sunshine and and it's like right now, there's some other places that are warm, but there's nothing to do. And then you got to quarantine there and quarantine back. And, travel is just not like it used to be.
No. We'll just like we had adapted here, we'll find a new buoyancy. Like we'll find a new level along the way after we get through. And this will be a memory. Hopefully, when we get through, we'll remember some more of the, even though it has been tough, and it's been tougher on some than others for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully we'll remember a few good things from this. And I know for us, there's an aspect of just being around each other more that in some ways, I think some relationships went more surface level, but I think some other relationships ended up actually getting a little deeper. So,
yeah. Yeah, I think this year has really been a year of deepening relationships, especially and it could go both ways. Definitely with family, is you can being quarantined with family could be a good thing, or it could be a bad thing, or it could be a so
a thing.
Yeah, effing. I know personally, it's actually been a good thing for us being in. We have 7 of us in our household, so it's rarely quiet in our home. And typically everyone's so busy in and out and doing things, it ends up becoming kind of like some controlled chaos. But since we've been quarantined at home and there hasn't been a lot of in and out and everything, everyone doing their own thing, there's been a lot more communication, a lot better communication, and we actually have done more things as a family together because we've had to. So this has actually been a positive thing for us and our family.
Yeah.
So
just getting connected back. You were talking about that, Davina. I was like, yeah, just having those conversations you maybe wouldn't because the kids are around, and just more intentional conversations, more deeper.
Yeah,
I totally get that.
And some are like Chrissy, looking to bring people into this world this coming year.
Oh,
I do remember hearing, and it's going to be interesting to see if this bears out, right? Because there was a little baby boom in September 11th with everybody being so stuck at home. Is there going to be a little COVID boom?
There already is. We're already in it. Yeah.
You know what? No, nobody updated me. I'm waiting for alerts and I don't get them.
It's going to be like the COVID generation or something, or the C-19 generation, or I don't know. I'm sure they'll come out with some name for it. The C-19 baby boom.
They just call them COVID babies, right?
COVID babies.
Mm-hmm.
I see someone in the background. No.
It's COVID baby. Yeah, we're already seeing a lot of right now, like the first wave of pregnancies, or the babies are being born like within, started like maybe last, like look at March, you just count forward from March.
Yeah.
And then
everybody's stuck at home. You got nothing better to do. All right.
Your quarantine babies. Okay, so they're quarantine babies, not COVID babies. Okay.
Quarantine babies.
Hey, you guys, you don't know. It ain't over, Donna.
I think we know. Let's see. As we wrap today, we've got the rest of the this is something we're looking at just being consistent with. We'll get back on our schedule of having some guests on Monday. On Fridays, we have the market updates. We're coming back with a market update on Friday. Through the year, we're going to do a few book reviews. We started some, and I'd like to get back to that for myself because I really do want to continue to get better with those. And then we've got some community spotlights coming up. So what we do is going to be to continue to lean in and get better with these and really stay connected. It opened the door for us to connect in a new way. And among the many trials and tribulations of the year, this really has been a bright spot, and everybody, you all have made it a bright spot for us.
Yeah. And hey, if there's any suggestion on any type of guest that you'd like to see on, or any topic you would like for us to touch on, just send us a message and let us know. We'd be happy to get your input and feedback on what you want to hear too. So
yeah. All right. So we should probably there you go. I was just going to say the TRIVIA.
The trivia question for the day.
Hello, everyone. So we have a unanimous vote on the background. So today's trivia question is true or false. In some parts of the world, people eat exactly 12 grapes at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve. Everyone says it's true. Do you guys have any different answers? Do you guys think it's false?
You know what? I just follow the crowd. Where's the crowd going? Oh, they're going to yes? Hey, I may as well follow.
So the answer is true. Definitely. This is actually something that we do in our family. It's like a Hispanic thing. I think it originates in Spain. And we have every year tradition. We have our 12 grapes, and at midnight we eat all 12. And then I don't know if we do it differently, but I don't know if this is part of the tradition. But we always each grape represents the 12 months out of a year, and for each grape you take, you have a wish. So then it's kind of your wish for next year, of like things that you wish were better. Or so yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of COVID eliminating grapes this year. So hopefully that grape power is going strong.
That's so much better than a magic lamp.
You see, I was thinking wine, right? Because wine or grapes, and there's about I don't know how many grapes it needs for a glass of wine. I was like, a glass of wine. Everybody has. That's what I was thinking. So are they seedless grapes? Are they white? Are they green grapes? Are they red grapes?
Well, there's no preference on the grapes. Usually back home, like everyone does the grape thing. So getting grapes is you got to get them quick because they run out.
Can they be raisins?
Not usually, but technically, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know how much power those get versus like an actual grape. But Leo swears that COVID happened because last year we didn't do the grape thing. So now it just threw everything out. So sorry, guys.
So it is your fault.
It was, yes, definitely. It was our fault.
Did you do grapes this year?
No, we also didn't.
Okay, well, thank you for the last year of the world. So.
Oh no! After we were sitting in our living room, and I'm like forgetting something. I'm like, oh, the grapes. The grapes.
See,
he's like, maybe it'll reverse it. I don't know. I don't think it'll.
Just cancel each other out.
Yeah. Hopefully.
You know, when you said that, it reminded me of Greek mythology and Persephone and the pomegranate seeds. So I forgot. Was she? She was one of the goddess's daughters, and I want to say it wasn't Athena. I just forgot which one, but she was kidnapped into Hades, and then a deal was struck. But when she was in Hades, she ate 6 pomegranate seeds. So a deal was struck that for the 6 pomegranate seeds she ate, she'd have to spend those months in Hades, and then for the others she could come back out. So that was the difference between winter, summer, and the seasons that go in between. I wish I could remember the story a little bit better, but that's what occurred to me.
Yeah, and she was the daughter of Zeus.
I don't think she was directly. Oh, maybe she was. I mean, because I think Zeus fathered like everybody. He was like everybody's father. They all called him daddy.
Yeah, it was Zeus and Demeter, and they had Persephone. She was the goddess of agriculture.
Nice.
We're learning so many things: grapes, pomegranate seeds. What else?
I know.
Do you believe everything you read on the interwebs?
Of course.
That's not how this works.
That's a known fact. Everything on the internet is 100% true. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
So we got TikTok to verify it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll dance to that.
I guess it's time to wrap up and get going. So,
Gracie, have a nice day. Oh, big hearts back.
all right. So we are going to see you guys back here on Friday, right?
Yeah.
And in between time, we are we'll also be back on Monday with a guest, and we will let you know who that will be here during the week. And man, I feel like we took a break, but we didn't take a break, did we?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Huge encouragement that as you were watching this through the year for Talent Talk, for the market updates, all things wrapped in here, we actually really feel, as far as real estate, all the expectations, anticipations for real estate in this year are going to be really positive on those notes. We've got the interest rate should be very low. For buyers, it will still be probably leaned more into a seller's market for a majority of the year. But with the interest rates anticipated to stay low, if you're trying to figure out a way, now is a phenomenal time for people to just get qualified, to look at the situation where you're at. I mean, I can't think of a better time for real estate, and we just definitely want to share in on all of that. So it's going to be a lot of fun through the year as we improve and as we get better.
Yep, lot to look forward to, definitely. Yep. So, all right. Well, let's do this, guys. We're going to head on out the door, or close the show, and we'll get back with you guys next Monday. We will be on same time, same place.
Steve was doing namaste.
Right.
Now he's going to put his foot behind his head.
Keep waiting for that one. All right, you guys. Who wants to bring us home? All
Go ahead. You got this.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, Cher.
Vivo!
Bye.
Bye, you guys. Have a great one.